The Chaikin Oscillator can help identify areas where a trend can begin to get exhausted, leading to flatter price movement and potential reversals. This can be done by marking more extreme values similar to support and resistance. Right now, there's a noticeable divergence between price, which has mostly remained flat and unchanged in the short term, and the Chaikin Oscillator, which has risen sharply but has begun to slow down upon reaching more extreme values. That means bullish sentiment and movement cannot be sustained too much higher. The end result is no reversal back to an uptrend. Later, more progress is made for an upward move. However, once the Chaikin Oscillator returns back towards those more extreme high positive values, there's an indication of uptrend exhaustion, which doesn't mean there will be a guaranteed downward reversal, but at the very least a slowdown to rising price. Conversely, reaching extreme low levels on the negative side of the oscillator indicates exhaustion for any downward movements progressing lower, which naturally leads to more neutral to even bullish movement. Speaking of which, there's a potential bullish reversal range forming. Price is making good progress to close decisively over the upper boundary around 160. But this is likely to be short-lived according to the Chaikin Oscillator, since those higher values have recently been reached. As usual, progress for the uptrend begins to stall, and in this case, eventually leads to a full reversal. But despite periodic selling, price doesn't go much lower. Since each time there's a drop towards 130, bearish movements quickly get exhausted as the indicator reaches those more extreme lower values. Now here's a normal gap down that immediately gets filled, after which there's the natural tendency for the rise of price to stop. However, there's still potential to go higher since the Chaikin Oscillator continues to rise and hasn't reached those extreme high values yet. When it does, there's a more decisive halt to the uptrend beyond a normal gap down fill. And although there's been a decisive shift towards more neutral to bearish movement, those more extreme lower values have been reached on the oscillator, indicating exhaustion of the initial bearish movement, leading to a natural delay but not a guaranteed prevention of a downward reversal.